Good morning, everybody. I'm still fixing myself over here. I thought I was camera ready. I am camera shy though. Very shy. Welcome to your 1, 2, 3 part 4 of the Moon series. So make sure you watch from the very beginning. Yes, we have audio. I'm checking everything. Okay. So this is the part 4. The first part is where we were talking about the what's the significance of moon, what's the moon about, what's the real tea, and then we started to discuss about the house, which is 1, 2, 3, and then part 3 is 3, 4, 5, and then here in this part 4 we're gonna be discussing the 7, 8, 9 moon in the seventh, moon in the eighth, and moon in the ninth house. Welcome to everybody in the chat room. How are you, gorgeous? Everybody's looking good. I feel high spirit, high energy. Let's just wait for more people to settle in the room, just like the class. Some people are late. And if you are celebrating the holiday Thanksgiving, happy Thanksgiving to everybody, which I am grateful for everyone who is here. All right. So, how is everybody? So, if you're celebrating, hello, how are you? I'm just gonna fix this. Okay. This is the new boyfriend hoodie. It's gonna be out tomorrow and Friday. Okay, so I'm just gonna put it there. Oh, very soft. Like oh man, like it's like heaven. It's like heaven soft. I've never been to heaven, but I've been to paradise. But I've never been to you. I'm just gonna drink. Not sponsored. OJ. Okay. There is no budget for straw. Okay. No, I haven't washed my metal straw. It's been a busy, hectic time of the year for me. Okay. So, oh hello. Let's do a roll call. Where are you guys from? Where are you watching? So hi to people in the Bronx. All right. Is J Lo still there? Okay. Also, isn't it Cardi B is also from the Bronx? Is it? Okay. So, oh hi to people in Bahrain. Is it true, from Philippines in Bahrain? Okay, that in Bahrain it doesn't stop raining because it's Bahrain. Okay. Um, Hello to people in NYC. Oh, Chicago, the windy city. So how it was windy here yesterday. Okay, so windy. I don't know why. It was like Chicago in LA. From Guyana. Where's Guyana? Sorry, because I'm not familiar with the geographical location. Is it in the northern or southern hemisphere? Hello to India. Minneapolis. All right. So we're having some Minneapolis moment. All right. Where else are the people coming from? Where else? So I can give you guys a shout out before we start. Normally we do this warming up exercise, just like in school we warm up. Okay, so we get the juices out. Okay. Yes, we are watching live. This is live. I am alive. All right, serving today Leo vibes. Don't hate the hoodie. Okay, don't hate the hoodie. Okay, it's a merchandise. Oh, hello to Florida. I'm drinking OJ, not from Florida though. Okay. So I used to be from Florida, down by Doral. Doral. So if I think it's Dade County. So where else? Where else? Oh, Japan. Otsukuro sama desu. Okay. Ohayou gozaimasu. People from Japan. All right. So what else? Santa Fe, New Mexico. Where are you from, Santa Fe? Are you? I'm not familiar much more of the street. Where are you from, Santa Fe? No, don't give your address though. Okay. What area? Okay. Puerto Rico. My best friend who's Puerto Rican just messaged me. Well, actually, she's Dominican. I have a Puerto Rican also. The Puerto Rican hasn't messaged me, but the Dominican, yes. California. Okay. Where else? Sporty Spice in PA. All right. Oh, from was with the girls in LA. So from PA to LA. I love that. Okay. No, I'm not Leo. The merchandise is a Leo. I'm 12 zodiac. I teach mastering all the 12 zodiac. Then you become Shira or He-Man. Okay. So you are not just one zodiac, I always say. You are In Navamsha, you're not gonna be your own ascendant, not unless you are, what do you call this? Virgot, no, Virgotama is you exchange. I forgot what it's called when it doesn't change. Oh, Virgotama. Yeah, Virgotama. When it doesn't change sign. Because you can be Navamsha in your D9. You think you're Aries ascendant in your D1, and all of a sudden you're a Taurus in your, deep inside you. So Caribbean. Ooh, love the people from the Caribbean. How's the weather there? It's been chilly here. Second Street mid. Oh, Second Street. Okay. Wait, I know Second Street. My bakery used to be in the Second Street, right? Isn't it? My bakery is Second Street. Yes. Down by the pizza place. If you're familiar with, I forgot the pizza place that got featured in that Food Network thing. My bakery is used to be in Santa Fe, New Mexico, in by Second Street. But I don't know if it's Midtown. By the Art College. Okay, maybe it's a different Second Street. D1 and D9. Oh, so you are a Virgotama, so same. Alright. I like that people are familiar with their D1 or D9. Solar chart. No, I am 12 zodiac in all charts. Okay, because in every aspect you are representing one part of the zodiac. Here, this is not definitely my ascendant. My ascendant is very timid. Okay, but here, once the spotlight comes out, this is Leo vibes. Leo is the stage. Leo is theater. Leo is the arts also. Creativity is the fifth house. So definitely if you're being in the limelight, being seen by many, that's Leo right there. Doesn't mean you are Leo, but that's Leo right there. That's their turf, the theater. Acting is Leo, yes. Especially it's sun ruled, then it's definitely about the shine and the fame. So people who are on the stage, they don't need to be a Leo, but definitely that's a Leo turf. So they have to be a good Leo. You have to be a good Leo in order for you to be shining. Shine, shine, shine. Jamaica. How are you? Also, we have someone from Jamaica. Is it Jamaica from New York or Jamaica really in Jamaica? Okay. So where else? Okay. Second Street Bakery. Oh, yes, the pizza place. Yeah, see? Okay, so we have someone from Santa Fe. Love, love, love Santa Fe. Special place in my heart. That's where we make our candles. This one? Okay, see, I have to plug in. Okay. So, my parents makes this. Okay, our chocolate candles, Santa Fe. Hand poured, 100% soy. Love. Yeah, so this one. So we make it in Santa Fe. Yep. Okay, 100%, made in the USA. Miley Cyrus. Thank you. Okay. So, who else are here? Jamaica, New York. Of course, I'm from New York too. I used to be in Queens, Upper West Side, and then Central Park, West Side. And then I used to be also in Astoria. So I've been around. I've been around in the block in New York. Okay, that's a good chunk of my life is in New York. The real Jamaica, yes. So I have friends from Jamaica also. I have, I think, 3 or 4 friends, but they're all in Florida though. 4, I think they're 4. 4, all in Florida. Haven't been in touch. I need to give them a call. What else? Yes, you can go to. Oh no, you can't get it local. We make it in Santa Fe. It's made by parents, and we have it here in the store. We can get it online. Where else are we people from? Oh, from Philippines, of course. Kamusta, Charo? Charo de Kula from the Philippines. Taga saan ka? Matulog na. Uy! Anong oras na? 2 o'clock? I think it's around 2 o'clock in the Philippines. All right. So, people from LaGuardia, near the airport. Okay. So, where else? Queens, representing Queens. Queens, oh my God, it's a big place. Amazing Dulce, we are Leo moon. Oh, we are, some people are Leo. What are your moon placement? Put it in the chat room before we start. Yes, happy Thanksgiving to Latrice. Okay, so where is your moon place? You can put it in the houses, guys. Houses, don't go by zodiac. Tell me the house, okay? Because we're not doing the zodiac yet. I will touch here and there. Arizona, love Arizona. Which part of Arizona? Sedona, Flagstaff. I mean, that's the only place that I go across when going to how to say this? Going to New Mexico. NYC, but you're now in Mexico. Love it, Jennifer. Moving. From Tarlac, Kamiling Tarlac. We have people from Tarlac, right? I mean, we used to visit. In the camp. There's a camp in Tarlac that we visit. No. Don't ask me why I was in a camp. Okay. So where else? Bisaya, Diri Manday. Diri. But my mom's side had there are people from the southern part, so they do speak Visaya. And my family also. Some of my family speaks Bisaya. But my accent is, I don't know why. Gemini Moon, Leo second house. Hello from Cuba. All right, love it. Moon first house, we've talked about that already. Very attractive people. Yep, we're gonna go to that Moon seventh house. Yes, we're gonna discuss this today. We're gonna discuss, yes, Moon in the eighth house. Yes, we're gonna discuss that. From 1 to 6, we've already discussed it, so you can just catch up on the previous one. And let me just move this aside, guys, because I have to type. And for anyone who's getting a chart, okay, get your chart here. We're warming up. People are here now. Get your chart here. I'll put the link in the chat room, and it's going to be in the description box below if you need to get your chart. And thank you very much for patiently waiting. And if you are impatient, I pray for you. Always. Always. I pray for people who are impatient. Because they can run, their fuse is short, then frustration can come easy. Yeah, I feel for you. Okay. So it takes mastery for patience. Things comes to you the time that it's supposed to. Never. Life is not an Amazon. We don't live in a real prime world. Correct. Okay. So thank you very much for people who are always waiting and being patient. I appreciate you. All the way to the next 2 lifetimes. That's how much I appreciate you. Next 2 lifetimes. So the chart is there. I pinned it. And for people who are following up, let me put the camera too right here. There's only one place that you can reach us out. So be careful of, if you're talking to someone else and it's not contact support, be careful. There's a lot of scammers over there. Contact support at Salbiadora. We always reach out to people. It might go to the spam also. Okay. And astrology is not a quick fix. It is just a doorway for you to get to know yourself. Hence, I make this Astro 101 series where I talk about the planets. So it's a follow-up. So you don't just get a chart. You get me as your Xavier. Okay? Xavier. Okay. I'm more of a Jean Grey type. Phoenix Rising. Okay. More like... Well, let me just put this down because I might... you cannot put your crystals on the floor. I'll put it here. Okay. I have a desk over here. That's the... Oh! I know I don't sell stuff on Astro 101, but if you guys want to get this already, okay, you can get it out. Get it out. You can get the solar eclipse bundle. Well, it's it's a solar eclipse on December 4. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna go live after this. Probably discuss the solar eclipse. That would be helpful. Okay. So that's a solar eclipse. Go check it out. Okay, it's the rituals that I made for 4 kinds of manifestation for the solar eclipse. Capricorn moon first house, gorgeous. How's the people in the moon in the first house very, very glowy. You can tell that I don't have it. Okay, I'm barely glowing. Okay, it's just a mist spray. My moon is in the 4th house. How's the real estate, car? Do we have that in how's our sleep? How's our connection with our mom? Is it good? Moon in the 4th house. So if everybody's ready, I know I sometimes put my face behind that whatever that is, you guys don't see on the screen. Okay, so we are blessed by the Wi-Fi gods today. Thank goodness. Okay, which is Verizon. I think I'm Verizon. No, that we are serving good internet vibes. Okay, so without further ado, let's start the class since we already had the roll call. No eating while in class. Okay, no eating. Okay. I'll send you out. Okay, let me choose blue. I love blue. Okay, here we go. Since this is the moon, we're gonna go through the houses. I will entertain questions after discussion. Anything related to moon and houses. Personal questions will not be answered. Okay. So let's help everyone understand astrology. Remember, this is Jyotish. It is sidereal placement, not Western. Western is gonna be two rooms down the hall. Take a left and make sure you knock on the door and tell them that You were sent there, because you were looking for Western astrology. Chinese astrology is on the fourth floor if you're looking for that one. Okay. So here we go. Let's begin. Moon in the seventh house. Oh, no, I want red. Moon in the seventh house. Anybody who's moon in the seventh house, pay attention. I should have worn my glasses. If the moon is in the seventh house, if I talk something gibberish, it means I can't read. Okay. If the moon is in the seventh house, the native will be amiable, happy, will possess a good physique. That is true. I've seen this. And be sensuously disposed. Okay, so gorgeous body. If the weak moon is in the seventh, the native will be peaceable and weak. Okay, I know I encountered the word peaceable, but we have to Google that. Pitiable? Pitiable. Okay. Because I speak French and Italian, so sometimes I cross over. Long Island City, Italian. Okay. Mangia. Okay. Not Italy. Alright, so peaceable and weak. So Google what is peaceable, okay? Pitiable, sorry, pitiable. My teleprompter is yelling. Fond of other sex. Good partner, and bad planetary aspect gives if it's a bad planetary aspect, gives dual connections. Jealous, sexy nature. Yes. Okay, sexy nature. So anybody who has moon in the seventh? Yes, you have. All right. So Irene, tell us if it's true. Okay, tell us if it's true. Are you a very happy person? How's your body? How is it? How's your body? Is it sensual? Because it says here, now if it's weak, meaning then, because weak aspect means there's a malefic on the first house, can be, because 1-7. So let's just say Saturn, and then looking at the moon, then it would take away what moon is giving. Now, weak moon can be also where you are a Taurus ascendant, then moon Scorpio 7th, then that's a weak moon also. So instead of giving you the good benefits of moon, it is taking it away. Okay, so that's something that that we have to consider when looking at the moon in the seventh house. But very happy, which is good. And how to say this? It gives the person also attraction, because this is the seventh house, is other people. So you are magnetically attractive. Okay, so people are drawn to you. You probably have, it's not in the first house, but some people probably will have some fair skin. Okay, so I'm gonna move to the eighth house now, and then let's see here how's going on for anybody who's moon in the eighth house. Come on down. All right. So let's see here, moon in the eighth house. Moon in the eighth house, the native will be very intelligent. Very splendorous. So they like to use money, just keep spending, and will suffer from diseases. Okay, remember this natural eighth house is Scorpio also. If the moon be weak, he will be short-lived, because remember, eighth house is well, actually it's a longevity of the partner. Also, right? Longevity of the partner is eighth house. If you are married, am I correct? But it is longevity. It is longevity for the person itself. Okay, but it can be how to say this. If but we're not predicting. Short live again is below 80. Okay, so you may be 79. So don't worry about it. You live long life. So identifies. No, sorry. I cannot read. Okay, it's too far. Loss of health, few children, short life to mother, loss of wealth. Okay, because the moon is in the eighth house, which is the death house, but it's a spiritual transformation house. That's why. So, let me see. Anybody who has this, so don't be scared if you have this, okay? Because there's other things to consider. The strength of the moon in the Navamsha. Because you might get paranoid, thinking that, oh my God, I have this. And then it's like, it says I'm weak and short-lived. You gotta live to all the way to your 80. Now, the diseases part, the thing that you have to be considerate for disease is anything below the belt. So that's the part also that you may have disease. Below the belt, meaning your Private area. I hope it's still private, not a public area. Thank you. I forgot this is Astro. We have to have respect. Okay. This is not tarot. Okay. I can only throw shade than tarot. Alright. So that's the moon in the eighth house. So private parts has to be very, very looked into. So get your pap smear, right? For the ladies, you have to get that checked. Check the innards, what is inside you, okay? How it's going down there, okay? Ain't no doctor, but the chart says you have to always consider to check your doctor. So let's go to the moon in the ninth house. Wow, there's a lot of people right away. So I guess people are still not asleep. You haven't had your turkey. Once you have the turkey, you are donezo. You will fall asleep. So for me, it's rice. Rice is the death for me. Rice is my eighth house. I die if I eat it. Okay, I can't process it anymore. Being 24, I mean at 23 and then 24, it's hard to digest rice. Okay, 24 ka dyan. Okay. So moon in the ninth house, the native will be devoted to divine. Yes, because ninth house is connection to our God, to our source. Devoted to the divine and paternal assignments. Will be endowed with happiness, wealth, intelligence, and sons will attract the opposite sex. Okay, so this is what it's showing here. So attractive again, charitable, God fearing, wealthy, good children, friends and family, popular. So anybody who has this, moon in the ninth house, it feels like having a moon in the ninth house is very, very lucky. I haven't seen someone who was like this. Oh, okay. Yeah, because happiness, wealth, okay, like intelligent, have sons, like attractive, gives help to charity. This is marriage material. God fearing. That's good, I mean, good children, friends, family, and popular. I think moon in the ninth is very, very good. Anybody who has this? Prajji, tell us if this is true. Do you have this? Do you have these traits? Is it showing in your D1, in your Rashi? Anybody who has moon in the ninth house, how is it serving you? How is it? Anybody? Moon in the ninth? We don't have? Okay. So, having moon in the ninth house, this can also show, of course, some karma with the father and the mother. Okay, because ninth house is father. But the mom. But you can probably have a solo mom, meaning single parent. You grew up with a single parent. Your mom would raise you, would act like the father, would act like your guru, your teacher. So the knowledge and the wisdom comes from the mom. Yes. I've seen it. Hopefully the mom doesn't have moon in Virgo or something about Virgo. I'm just saying. Because what if it's Virgo fourth house? Oh, dear Lord. Good luck with your moon ninth house then. So the mom has a lot of influence, moon in the ninth house, especially in your education. Because ninth house is higher education. So where you go to college, mom will be taking, say, yes and no. So the blessing comes from the mom. Especially ninth house is our Bhagya, Bhagya, and fifth house is house of luck. So very, very lucky if, to have this, if moon in the ninth house. So you're lucky. Okay. So now we're gonna go to our live Q&A. Any questions related? We are accepting questions and donations. No donations. Questions only. Questions. Okay. Donations will come later on. Okay. We do accept cash. No, it's not. Okay. I always joke here, guys. Don't take me seriously. But we do have a PayPal account. No, give help to everyone. Okay, it's the holidays. Make sure, okay, spread the love. Always the love, never the legs. Q&A. Okay, I think this is the sign for Q&A. Okay. Anybody who has questions related, please put it in the chat room and I will be able to answer it. If it's connected to the topic, and if it's if it's below my pay grade, yes. Above my pay grade, no. Okay. So We haven't discussed the 11th and the 12th houses. That's coming next series. This is the fourth. The next one would be 10, 11, and 12. So we'll talk about the other houses that time. We can't jump topic. In my what do you call this? In this book that we're reading, I'll tell you also the reference. So anybody, any question for the moon? Remedies has been discussed in the first part already before you even ask about remedies. A weak moon means that it can be aspected by a malefic planet such as Saturn or Mars or Rahu or Ketu. So it becomes weak. A planet, let's just say a planet becomes weak, especially if it's a benefic such as moon, if Saturn is together with it. Saturn, Mars, Sun, yes, Rahu, and Ketu. Okay, these are, if it's sitting in the same house, that's already gonna weaken the moon. Now, if it's aspecting, now aspect is drishti, it's called, it's looking into. So if Saturn, for example, is here, and then Saturn aspects the third house, right? Saturn aspect the seventh house. Saturn looks 3, 7, I believe also 8 and 10, if I'm not mistaken. I think 7. 7, and then the Saturn aspect the 10, 3, 7, everything aspect the 7. But does it aspect the 10? Not the 10th. No. 11th? 11th house. Yeah. So if if the moon is sitting other houses, it's sitting in the third house, it's sitting in the seventh house, it's sitting in the 11th, it's weakening the moon. So apply it to Mars also. But Mars is different aspect. Sun and Rahu Ketu is different aspect also. Okay, so those are the aspects. Drishti, they call it. It's just a fancy way of calling, like your neighbor is looking at you. You know how you have a neighbor, they look over your backward. Okay, they're like peeping Tom like that. So yeah, Saturn aspects the 10th also. Okay, good. So that weakens the moon. It affects them. Let's just say you're not comfortable if someone is staring at you, right? So it's like, let's just say you're just being you. You're walking on the street. You're the moon. You're walking the street. And then someone is staring at you. You're walking. Isn't it you feel like, what's this person looking? Why? You know, all of a sudden you don't feel comfortable when someone is looking at you. So that's how moon feels when it's being aspected by the malefic. Do you understand what an aspect is now? It makes the planet kind of like uncomfortable. And if you're uncomfortable, you don't function well. So what if I won't be able to entertain other aspects? Okay, only related to moon. Moon in Capricorn. Okay. Trine by Saturn and Jupiter. Yeah, so a benefic has different aspect also. It gives blessing. It supports it. It depends if the relationship is good also. Because remember, moon has no enemy. But Jupiter and moon, they don't like each other. Venus and moon, So that becomes tricky. Becomes tricky. Any other questions related to our subject? 6, 7, 8. Mercury is dual. Mercury does not, how do you call this? Does not aspect any houses. Sag moon. Okay. Sadisadi. Now, Sadisadi is, it's about the mind. So we just have to be more particular with our breathing exercises. That's one thing. And plus, of course, if you do mantra to Lord Shiva, Lord Shiva, that would help you. Because even Lord Shiva Lord Shiva was not scared during, when Sadisati, but it made him meditate for 7.5 years. That's what happened. I think that's a myth, of course, right? But that's what you need to do is meditate. So you can isolate yourself from the chaos, what is going on outside your head. What happens if Moon and Saturn are in the same house? Well, so the house, okay, let's just say you have Moon and Saturn in the 6th house, all right? Because we did 6 house, 7, sorry. Moon and Saturn in the This is the seventh house. Okay. And you say you have Moon and Saturn. Now it depends where. Is it in the dining room? Is it in the kitchen? Because remember, the houses has three nakshatra. So we look at it like, oh, there's a living room. There's the bedroom. Okay. So let's just say Moon in the seventh house and Moon loves to be in Taurus. You have Scorpio ascendant. So it's exalted in Kritika. So Moon is in Taurus in the seventh house in the bedroom. So Moon is comfortable. It's giving us 100% because it's exalted, right? But then you have Saturn in the living room. This is nakshatra. We divide it into three, and then this is kitchen. Okay, so it's easier for you to understand that a house is divided into three. It's called nakshatra. Hmm. And in any part of the house, a planet can be comfortable and uncomfortable. Now, let's just say, because this is 29 degrees. So we divide it, right? Divide it into three. So, but it can be like the moon is sitting on the, let's just say, 11 degrees. And Saturn is far, 27, let's just say 27 degrees. Then Saturn in the living room, I like how I do this, Saturn in the living room, does not affect the moon much. It's far. But if Saturn is also sitting in the same 11 degrees, so moon is not getting any sleep now in the bedroom. Uncomfortable. So restlessness then, right? The moon is the mind. Always troubled, always thinking, always thinking, always thinking. Saturn is making you work, work, work. But the bedroom, and I'm in Kritika already. Moon is, Moon in Kritika Taurus, for Taurus zodiac. I'm supposed to be giving 100% here. But since Saturn is here, I can't give 100% even though I'm exalted. And then Kritika Nakshatra, which is ruled by Sun, so even Saturn now is affected because Sun owns this nakshatra, which is Kritika. So even Saturn is not comfortable because it's sitting on a Sun ruled, and Sun and Saturn are not friends. They're mortal enemies. So then it becomes a lot of issue. So, but there is no living room in astrology. This is just my way of teaching, so you will understand what is a nakshatra and how do we divide the houses. So think of it, when a planet is exalted in a house, they're always in a bedroom. That's the where they find comfort, right? So we can discuss that also. Exaltation and nakshatras. We can do that. Where the planet can give 100% overall impact, garnering an average score. So, so you guys catch my drift with regards to that reference. Okay, that's good. So if Ketu and Moon are in the same house, then separation from the mom. Can be separate from the mom. Anywhere put Ketu in Mercury, put Ketu in Mars, separation from brothers or siblings. Put Ketu Sun, separation from the father. Put Ketu Moon, separation from motherland or separation from the mom. Because Ketu is cutting. So if the moon, then you cut it. Moon is weakened by Ketu. Now, K2 is a little bit tricky because if it's in a, let's just say it's K2 if it's in the 8th house, spirituality, right? So, and then Moon is there, K2 is there. If the person is practicing spirituality, occult, mysticism, astrology, tarot, divination, then the person can be very, very good at it. That's one way of looking at it, because it's the occult. And Moon is our intuition, so the person can be highly intuitive. With K2 over there, then the person has been doing this from the past life. And then now they're finishing it here. Then it shows that this person has been spiritually woke in the past life to be here to finish their karma. K2 is, the finishing of our karma. So that's one of those. Because 8th house is the occult, mystics. Or if it's Aries ascendant and then K2 in the 8th, Moon in the 8th, then the person becomes again a person who practices the occult. So K2 causes division. K2 is a choking point. K2 is cutting. Okay, it is the headless. So K2 doesn't have head. Rahu is just the head. And then so if you put K2 and Moon together, K2 and Sun together, but K2 and Moon together, or Rahu and Moon together, the person Rahu and Moon together, very smart, very, very smart. because you have two heads. It's like a hydra. Okay. Two heads with no body. So then the person can think but doesn't take action. Drops mic. He has no body. Just think. So a person can be a good boss. Do this, do that. If that's the kind of boss. Can be bossy. What else? Now trine is gonna be different. So if you put the Kendra houses is gonna be different. 1 4 7 10, and then if it's aspect, yes, it's gonna be all different. The aspect comes in the specific degree. Remember that. Let me explain this whole aspect. Okay. This is gonna be a very how to say this? A very tricky aspect. Okay. So it's like this. Okay. Let me see if I can explain it properly. Okay. You can't just say aspect in astrology until you go to the degrees. So if it's let's just say 11 degrees here in Aries, wherever the moon is, okay. And then you have Saturn, of course, in Aries, Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo, Virgo, Libra. You have moon and you have Saturn here, seventh house. Moon first house, Saturn in 11 degrees also. Then definitely the degree, because you have to count 30 degrees every time. From 11, you count again, 30 degrees, 30 degrees, 30 degrees. Because if Saturn is already 29, then it's already not aspecting it. Because when you divide it, it's out of the degrees. Does it make sense? Because it's not in the house anymore. It's outside of it. Because it's 29. 11, 11, 11. So you divide that. So you can move it by the degree. It depends again on the astrologer on who's reading for you. Because other people are intuitive. I didn't show it in the camera. Well, there you go. But I already erased it. Sorry. But you catch my drift. I thought it was there. Sorry. Let me just turn this on then. So every time I write. Okay. Sorry about that. So maybe it was too much to understand. Okay. So any more questions with hello to Scotland. All right. So for people who are wondering how to get their chart, you can get it. You can get our chart. It takes time for us to respond. I look like a jungle, but it doesn't mean this is Amazon and we can have things like a Prime. Yes. Okay. So in this small business, we appreciate patience. Thank you. So let me see. Okay. Yes, so I already restocked it. So if anyone who wants to get their chart interpreted, and then, okay, let me see. Oh, what happened? Oh, there you go. How to see a person is intuitive through birth chart? Well, the moon is intuition. We all have it. We all have it. It's just a matter of, are you using it, and can you trust your intuition? If the mind is playing with you, then you can't trust yourself, right? Then you rely on others, which means the person has a weak moon. So a weak moon, the intuition can be impaired, or if the intuition is too much also, then that's a lot. Then you don't have logic. It's just intuitive. So intuition, we all have intuition. Moon in Cancer. Yeah, so if the moon is in its own home, always giving 50% vibes. Okay, 50%. So you have to watch this is the fourth video. So in order for you to catch up what we're discussing, you have to watch the first part, second part, third part, or else it's like watching a movie and then you just went inside the middle of the movie, and then you would have no clue. So for people who's trying to catch up, yes, just watch from the first part. This is the fourth already, so there's a lot of catching up. Again, the moon is difficult. I mean, we'll have difficulty if it's sitting with a malefic planet, a planet that doesn't support it. So The other houses we will discuss. Yes, we will discuss that on the last part, and then we can discuss the different houses for different planet. Astrology is based on ascendant, mm-hmm, or moon sign. Then we have to look at the Navamsha. Mm-hmm. Anything else that you guys want to know about the moon? Let me just drink, guys. Okay. OJ. Mm. If the moon is the mind, how would you know if you are psychic or borderline psychic? There's two kinds of people, a psychic and a psycho. Ask yourself, did you date the psycho? Exactly, then you're the psychic. Okay. I'm kidding. Okay. So, um, being a psychic, okay, is this is the way I see this. This is not based on books. This is not based on text. So in the gym, this is like bro science. So this is gonna be bro astrology, meaning you can totally debunk this. You can totally argue with me, but everybody is a psychic. It's just a matter of accepting if you want to use your gifts. You could be someone who can call the rain, but not Mariah. Okay, you can be someone who can read people's mind. Mm-hmm. Right? But that you're not your mom, okay? Because your mom is a mind reader. Totally. See, a mom knows. You move your bed, they know. You don't move your bed, they also know. Psychic. You don't clean your room, the mom becomes a psycho. Exactly. So borderline. Everybody has psychic gifts. It's just a matter of choosing which one. Some people would use tarot. Some people would use astrology. Some people would use crystal. Some people will use runes. Some people will use the cloud. Some people will use. Everybody has a gift, but we are in a place where we detach from that because we are in a Rahu mode. Rahu is the material realm. K2 is related to our past life, which you have used your gifts in the past life. So everybody has a past life gift. Now, the psychic part, if you want to use it, because you can also be just a musician, not just music, but a musician instead of using your gifts. So, how to strengthen the weak moon? Well, if it's about, again, it gets tricky when we say weak, all right? But if you just say, if you are putting it in a context where you're not smart, because moon is our mind, but Mercury is our thought process. Okay, because Mercury is the mind, the decision process. The choice is Venus. So all these are, how to say it, is part of you. Okay, so you can't just say I have a weak moon because the moon will work with other planets. So anyhow, so coming back to how do you work with a weak moon? Ask yourself what kind of weakness do you have? Because it's just you're saying you're needy because the moon needs, then we can work on that, right? In a different level compared to a person who's emotional, meaning your moon is, chances are it's just like out there. So we need to ground it. So different ways of, there's no one way solution. There is though, if you're doing prayers and mantra, because it's coming from the heart. Um, Well, if the moon is in 29 degrees in Scorpio, does it mean it's in Sagittarius? When it's in the later part now, you have to look at your Bhava Chalit. This is gonna look at the houses itself, because if you're, then you would see if it really moved to how to say this, to Sagittarius. So you have to get a chart. It's called Bhava Chalit. Okay, you will see it, and then you will see it's like, oh yes, it did move to Sagittarius. Then you would know. So you have to look at that. Because that one is by the house. Bava is by the house. Okay? If the moon is weak to you, then you need to sleep outside. Oh, I don't understand that. No, the Navamsha is not part of the Astronova. It's not part of it. Because Navamsha is different interpretation compared to a birth chart. Any divisional chart, which means D1, D2, D3, D4, like an aura chart, you will only have your Cancer and Leo. We're only Cancer Leo in the aura. So everybody's Cancer Leo in our money. D2. Either we're keeping it or making it. Okay, because the Leo and Cancer. So you could be Leo placement in aura chart. So either you're Cancer or Leo in the D2. And then you have D4, D5, D60. So that's why we only do the birth chart. And then you get an astrologer to interpret the other houses because it's a comparison. The strength now, we will look. How strong is your chart? Can you be successful? Can you be famous? When will you be famous? You know, because if that moon dasha comes and you have a strong moon in Navamsha, actually it's interesting. Does the yeah, because moon and sun I believe rules the aura chart. We've discussed this, right? Mm-hmm. So if moon and sun rules the aura chart and you are in a moon dasha, so then you are gonna be focusing on family and income. Mm-hmm. So we have to look at the D2, the aura chart. Because it's moon rules, right? If you are in a Venus dasha, then we look at the Navamsha. Mm. But moon rules all this nakshatra. So so that's why how important it is. It's the 27 lunar mansions, right? In Western, they call it the lunar mansions. In Sidereal, in Jyotish, we call it the nakshatra. So very, very important to look at the moon always. Now, going to different charts is gonna be tough. Okay. If it's a song, it's gonna be the coconut nut is a giant nut. Okay, for me. If you eat too much, you get very. Oh, I don't think we can say that word anymore. Yeah, I feel people might get offended. So we can't even sing that song. Okay. To eat a coconut. Okay. Yeah, Vergata moon. Okay. Yeah. Sometimes it is good, yes, if it's in a good placement, then you are strong-willed. That's good. Very, very good. If you are born in a full moon in the sixth house, how is this an affect the person? Saturn is in the second, Virgo ascendant. So, being born in the full moon, okay, then it means that the moon was giving you all the strength, all right? Even though, yes, moon in the sixth house gives you issues with your intestines, with your stomach, digestion, having a soft body, weak immune system, you know. But when the moon is giving you this, which means like you have a very, like your moon is strong during that time. It wasn't weakened. So then we just look at what zodiac it is, because then it might not even give you all those issues. It would be different for you because the moon is. But again, that's tithi. That's different. When we look at the shape of the moon, that's a different way of reading it. Okay, it's called tithi, like this. Yeah, that's that one. Okay. Does having Mula Nakshatra affect a person's career? Oh. I thought my whiteboard is my mouse. I was moving it. Okay, I've lost it today already. Oh, I've lost it. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, give me 1 sec. What's that question? Let me just go back to it. Pum, pum, pum. Okay. Does your moon what's the does having Mula Nakshatra, so you have Sagittarius moon, okay, affects a person's career, love life in a bad way? No, Saturn rules our career. Now, if Saturn aspects the moon, then that's different. Saturn rules our career. Because that's, Saturn is the worker. We work. Does your moon affect your health in the sixth house? No, it's different again. But that's how strong you are from within. It will to a certain degree, but not in a physical form. Because the physical body is the D1, right? The Navamsha is what is we are in the inside. So if it's weak in the inside, yes, it can affect you. But if it's strong in the outside, then it may show like, okay, you have 50-50 of, like chances of like, let's just say you have issues with health. Then it wouldn't be as weak as what you would have it. But the Navamsha takes over at some point. So that becomes an issue later part of your life. So yes, it will be weakened, but as you age, or that can weaken you when you get married if it's in the Navamsha. Because if the Navamsha gets active, which is they say once you get married, the Navamsha will take place. Other people believe that Navamsha is always on. It's which I believe it's always on. You don't have to get married for it to be activated. But yes, it will show now that the sixth house. This is when you get married. All of a sudden you get sick, because the moon is in the sixth house. So people who have it, chances are don't get married if you don't want to get sick. If you want to accept that you're gonna get sick, then get married. Exactly. But it's always active though. That's how I see it. So, and then the moon also is affecting, of course, D4. It because moon is in charge of our, real estate, how home life. So if you get married and you buy a house, then now all of these charts are active. You sign a new house. You bought a car together with your so the moon becomes even more active. Not just from the Navamsha. But Navamsha is marriage chart, right? For a chart interpretation, it's the how important is the time of birth. It's the only thing that we need. I don't even need your name. That's how important it is. Okay? I'm not sure what you're talking about. What we find on our regular chart. Gemini born in lunar eclipse. Now, eclipses are tricky. Okay. If you were born in an eclipse, you have to take this with a very grainy salt. Okay. Anybody who's born during the eclipse will have a certain issue or karma. Now, in astrology, we drop this word like crazy, and it's easy for us to say, but it's a scary word which I don't want to use. Okay. But because I don't want to use it here, because people can get scared, but don't be scared. Okay. I just call it karma, but sometimes they would call it like uh you're cursed. Okay. So that's why I said, okay, don't be scared. You're not screwed. We're all cursed. Okay. The grass would cast different curse. Because in Western, curse is like, whoa, whoa, you're cursed. Your curse is scary. It's not like that. Like Saturn in the 12th house, that's cursed. Okay. Like that's why I said, you will have to take it with a grain of salt, because Western, they really get scared with that word. But in astrology, it's just part of the reading. The person will be cursed. It's just how it is. So eclipses, yes. It is cursed, meaning there's heavy karma. You have, something on your shoulder that you would carry this lifetime. But it's nothing to be scared. You're not screwed. Everybody's screwed. We're here, right? So we're all in the same planet. So don't be scared having that placement. Because it can also be a gift. Charts never change. It's like a fingerprint. You only have one fingerprint, so it will never be different. Now you're talking about charts would change in the other chart that you have. You have your Rashi, and then you have 16 other charts. Anything else? Anything that you guys like about the moon? It's very easy to work with the moon. Always talk to your mom. Can you do that? Now that's difficult, Sal. How easy is that? Talk to your mom. Easy. You wanna work with the moon? Work with your mom. Where is a good place? You can get your chart interpreted by us, or you can go to other website also. Virgo, Sun, Rising, Moon, Cancer. I'm not sure. Oh, you have Moon in Cancer. I already discussed. Like Moon in the fourth house, Moon in Cancer will give you, 50% of what Moon can give you. Now, if you're a Virgo, then of course it's gonna be Cancer, Leo, Virgo. You have Moon in the 11th house. We haven't gone to the 11th house. The 11th house we will discuss next time. Thank you very much, Destiny. Destiny for the supernova. Yeah, I am grateful and thankful for your teachings and personality and always making me laugh. When I need it more, appreciate you. Oh, thank you, Destiny. Mercury is in charge of our laughter. Laughter. Humor is Mercury, which is healing. If you can make people laugh, you're already healing the people. So that's why I don't read. I read you to filth. Okay? Because you have to laugh in order to heal. The readings are already tough. So even if I read your chart, we will have SHIT and giggles. Yeah. I'll talk about your mom, your brother. Because if the energy is heavy, do we really want it? But other people like stuff to be serious. So, yeah, making people laugh is Mercury. And if you cannot laugh, then Mercury is not good place. Yeah. Exalted Mercury would be good. They are wise, they are smart, but I know I'm veering away, but she mentioned about laughter. And people probably wants to know where laughter is. Moon K2 and Rahu changes between the yes. But we're not yet talking about how to say this? Rahu. We did Rahu and K2, but the houses, yes. Yes, talking to mom is not that easy because our karma is never easy. No one have it easy. No one have it easy. That's why we gotta work. Work. Gotta work. How bad is Moon in Sagittarius with Rahu on the 6th? Nothing bad, really. We can't say bad, good. We have to look at other parts. It's just, like then there are issues again with health, debts, illness, can be issues with work, can be, you can be backstabbed at work. Rahu is there in the 6th house if it's work. Sagittarius, you may fall off false teachers or guru. You believe in someone, you put it in a pedestal, and then all of a sudden you find out at work it's like the whole time this person was two timing you. It's not that bad. I'm not laughing at you, okay? I'm trying to make it easy as I explain to you what are the complexities of that. Depends also what nakshatra it is sitting. Sagittarius moon. I should have worn my glasses, guys. Because I'm looking at the chat room, and the chat room is like, oh my god. Oh, it doesn't take a lifetime. It takes lifetimes to learn astrology. Astrology comes from your lineage. You're gonna be learning it from rebirth and rebirth, not one lifetime. Lifetimes. Our lifetime is too short to understand it. But if you start learning it this time, then chances are next lifetime you're gonna learn more and more and more. Anything else? Because like for example, astrology, if you're teaching or starting to learn, then it shows lineage because the knowledge is not in the present. This knowledge was given in the past life, right? Way back, 5,000 years ago. So then this knowledge has been passed on. Then someone has been carrying this knowledge every time so that it can be taught to the present. So it's being passed on, which reflects K2. K2 is our DNA. So we pass it on to people, or to our offspring, and then more and more and more and more. Because K2 is spirituality, and this is related to spirituality. This is Jyotish. So it's being passed on. Teaching is karmic, isn't it? I'm not sure what the question there is. Okay. Sal, if mom said that was born night, is that true in digital? I'm not sure. Is there a difference between digital time and Rolex? I'm not sure with the question. What is digital time? Okay. Oh, yes, it is a big responsibility. I don't think anyone has a small responsibility. Everybody has the same amount of responsibility. Waking up in the morning is a responsibility. Eating is a responsibility. Everybody carries a big responsibility. We're part of a conglomerate, okay? The whole planet is a conglomerate of all these people working together. Everyone has their own role. So if you don't do your responsibility, then, everything falls apart. So we all have to be responsible of ourselves. So everybody carries the same responsibility. That's how I would see it. Because you, right now, you have a responsibility to listen. I have a responsibility to read and then explain, right? And then you will have a responsibility now to understand. So everybody has the same. It's hard to teach. It's hard to learn. It's the same. I'm learning through others, then I'm teaching to others, right? Same responsibility also. So it just goes around like that. I may be a business entrepreneur, but in other business, I'm the consumer. Same again. I am in the consumer in the other end. But in others, I would be the one consume. Same again. So life is all the same. I could have been betrayed, okay, also in the past life, and then same thing. It's gonna be going around in circle. But to break the cycle is what is important. To break the cycle. No, there is no true or false in astrology. The text in Jyotish is what we're referring. Moon in exaltation, this is Parashara, written, okay, that it is 100%. Okay, so it's not about true or false. And it has to be sitting in the nakshatra of Kritika in Taurus. So, okay. Well, anyhow, this is a lovely, lovely session again. So we entered the part, where are we now? We are in the part 4. And the last part will be discuss the 10, 11, and 12. So make sure, okay, to be present as we wrap up. There's always some trivia after the class. The 10, 11, 12, we finish this. Next series we're going to be discussing is Mars through different. After the finale, the season finale of the Netflix. No, this is not Netflix. This is the Salflex. Okay, Salflex series. We're gonna move on to Mars. Mars Mangal. Oh dear Lord, the one who is in charge of our desire, our passion is Mars. Mars is actually interesting because we're discussing Moon in Mars. Moon debilitated in Scorpio. Mars debilitated in Cancer. But if we do a parivartana, which is if it's exchange, it gives 100%. It becomes exalted instead of debilitation. So I'm gonna rattle more your brain next time, okay? Because I'm talking about other things, okay? So next is Mars. Mars is the one that can give us our desire. It is Mangal. It is auspicious in Hindi. Mangal means auspicious. So it is luck. Mars is luck. Mars is also associated with Lord Hanuman. Okay, Lord Hanuman, which is a wonderful, wonderful protector. Okay, so there's going to be a lot of discussion for that after the Moon series. Okay, so make sure to get your chart down there in the description box or in the chat room. I wish everybody have a wonderful, wonderful holiday, and thank you very much for spending time with me, everyone who's in the room. Who's saying hi, hello to everybody there, and have a wonderful, wonderful, if you celebrate Thanksgiving, have a wonderful Thanksgiving. Enjoy time with the family. Talk to your mom. It will help you. Okay, I'll see you guys again. Bye.